This is how to unlock your vision with some clarity for action. Let me just drop that in there. Thank you, thank you. Whew, note-taking device. Any particular note-taking device if you want to handwrite, which I also find when handwriting, it gives you a different clarity to your vision. And the other one is also you can just type as you go along. But I'm going to get into this as quick as I can because I'm a little bit late this morning. So, number one is how to stop chasing what isn't yours. How to stop chasing what isn't yours and start owning what is. Now, this is the signs that it keeps showing up. So you keep comparing yourself, saying yes to what looks right. You know that one, comparing yourself, even just comparing yourself, but saying yes to what looks right. Or you're feeling disconnected from your own goals. And even that makes you just go, okay, my own goals. What are my goals? That's next week's one. So an example is a client of mine recently was chasing a business model, and it matched her mental success. Chasing that business model, it matched her mental success. But it wasn't until she realized it actually clashed with her lifestyle values. Ooh, you know that pain that happens in. So once she actually honored her rhythm, her results skyrocketed, took off. So here's some resolution tips for you. You're going to go, is this mine or is this borrowed? Is this mine or is this borrowed? It's as very simple as that. And then the next one is you're going to align your goals. This is still under the section. You're going to align your goals with your highest values, not the threads. You're going to align your goals with the highest values, your highest values, not the dribs and drabs and the threads of it. And also you're going to remember that each no is actually you're going into a misaligned path, and it opens up for that yes. I know in multi-level marketing companies they say, oh, each no gets you close to a yes, but it's really important to remember that each no is actually going into that misaligned path or into that path that's not yours, and it's actually going to bring you closer to a powerful yes. The next tip I'm going to give you is the simple mindset switch, and this just clears your confusion fast because we do get confusion. So the signs for this is you're actually indecisive. You overthink everything. And I know there's people on here going, oh, I'm one of those people. And yes, it's been me this week here in Thailand. There's been a few things I've overthinked. And you're actually waiting for certainty before moving forward. So I was talking to somebody even this week, and they were saying, I don't know what to do. But the moment he shifted from, and it's just so simple, so from I need clarity to act, I need to get clarity because I can't do this, is actually I'll act to gain clarity. And as soon as that happened with a colleague of mine, it literally the fog just lifted. So thinking about that resolution tip is as soon as you change I need clarity to act is changing to I'll act to gain clarity. Even just that gives you the power back. Can you see that? Gives a little bit of power back. The other one part of this is actually you're going to replace your perfection with progression. You're going to replace your perfection with progression. And we all know we've all got perfection in us, you know, and people say, just get going. I mean, it took me, I don't know, maybe a year to get my website going because I was going for perfection. I was going for the slightest little curve to be the right way. Now I'm just going for progression. That's it. And you want to make sure that you anchor your decisions in truth. Anchor your decisions in truth and not in fear. When we're in fear, it's a whole different story. So we're going to anchor our decisions in truth and what feels right for us and our heart. And our stillness reveals what rushing hides. Stillness reveals what rushing hides. And this can be just as simple as hand on heart, and you're just going to breathe. Hand on heart, and you're just going to breathe, and you're going to pause. Let's all do it now. Let's just hand on heart, pause, breathe in, breathe out, and then you're going to act, or you're going to keep doing that just for a minute. But actually that stillness actually allows things to become a lot more clearer. The next one I'm going to give you is how to create momentum when your inspiration is actually more your motivation, not your inspiration. So you're going to create momentum, how to create momentum when your motivation disappears. And this is so common. This is when I was putting these things together last week. I was thinking how this is. So you start with excitement. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and then you start fizzling out. And you know the ones you start fizzling out, and you actually label yourself lazy. I had a few people at the weekend talk about it. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. It's like no, you're not lazy. So you're actually, instead of actually saying you're lazy, instead of actually saying you're uninspired. So during one of the programs I was at, even a participant had been waiting for motivation to return, just waiting for that. Who's here waiting for motivation to return sometimes on some things? Yeah. I can't see your chat, so I'm just confident that there's people out there. It's not just me. So instead, we got the gentleman to actually commit to daily micro moves. Now, daily micro moves just literally lights the fire underneath you, and it keeps it going. It just keeps it going. So that momentum reignited his little purpose that he was in, a funk. So think about this as that daily micro move. So know that action sparks motivation, not the other way around. Now, I want to quickly talk about motivation because it's a word that's very common. Motivation comes from outside sources, but inspiration comes from within. Inspiration comes from within here, whereas motivation is, So think about that. Am I inspired about this, which comes from here, or actually am I motivated that other people are doing it and they're trying to get me along? The other part of this is actually to build your rituals, not your reactions. So you're going to build those rituals of whatever those rituals are to get you through, that micro moves, get you through. And then you're going to celebrate your progress over productivity. Now, this is a big one because we don't celebrate unless, usually, I know in New Zealand, we don't often celebrate until the job's done. So I want you to celebrate each step of the way. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I had the opportunity to do this. Oh, this worked for me. Oh, yay. Oh, this didn't work. Yay, I'm still celebrating this didn't work. So allow yourself to celebrate that progression over productivity. The next one is actually something that I think about, and it's more I reference it a power question, and it just brings back that instant clarity for your next step. Because often we can feel stuck or unsure about what our next step is, and we actually second guess ourselves with our decisions. Did I do right? Did I do it? That whole thing. So you're torn between two paths. You're often torn between two paths, and you go, what option expands me and which contracts me? Simple. What option expands me and which contracts me? And even just that single question can reset so much. So you're going to ask yourself, what's the highest priority action right now? What is the highest priority action right now? You know how I end my Facebook Lives? What action step are we going to do? It's that. What's my highest priority action right now? If it lights you up, lean in. If it lights you up, lean in. If it drains you, delegate it or drop it. It's as simple as that. Stop getting yourself hooked into this loop. And your body is going to tell you what's right or wrong. Now, your body's energy is actually going to be your compass because you'll feel it. And I'm not talking about you feeling it in your gut or anything like that. Your whole body will feel if this feels phenomenal and you're going to lean right in, or if this actually contracts me. So let that body of yours actually be a compass for you. Incredibly powerful when you start listening to your body. And when you listen to your body, you're listening to your heart over your head. The next strategy I'm going to say to you is actually don't take anything personally or life seriously. I think this is just the standard one I throw out here each time. When I think about this, you're internally criticizing. You're overreacting internally or externally, or you believe that life's chaos is targeted at you. You're internally criticizing yourself or others. You're overreacting in yourself or others, or you believe life's chaos is targeted at you. Somebody made a comment recently about a presentation I did, and it just made me really ground me and got present. So instead of spiraling, I remember it clearly, I actually reframed it as feedback through their lens, not my truth. Now, I did that as actually through their lens. Now, valid points, they had some valid points, and others I was like, okay. but it actually, you have to remind yourself that everybody sees life through their own filters. If you have a friend or a colleague who's been through emotional breakup because their partner's done something that they feel they're hurt by, they will attach to other people like that, and they will be so insistent on doing those things and connecting with others over that and trying to change the trajectory of other people's lives because of that. If you have people who don't have their family around, they're going to be more insistent on other people around those things. So just remember, everybody sees life through their own lens. And you're also going to pause before reacting. You're going to ask yourself this: is this about me or is this about them? Is this about me or is this about them? When that lady gave me some feedback, I actually went, is this about me or is this about them? And I went, actually, there's parts of this, both. So it may not be the whole lot. And then it just allowed me to open it up that it wasn't any blame. And the best part about this was you got to laugh. You got to laugh, because it literally instantly restores your perspective. It literally instantly just clicks things into your mind that are very different, and it takes you away. And if you're having a funk day, I talk about life seriously. Moira, my lovely podcast buddy, she actually sends me baby videos of laughing babies. It is hysterical. So if you ever never laugh, get on there and get onto YouTube and just watch babies laughing. It's hysterical. You can't have a funk day when you watch that. When you're laughing at yourself, not necessarily others, or you laugh with others, not at others, it just instantly restores your perspective of where you're going and what you're doing. It's just one of those game changers. The next one I'm going to talk about is, my standard, my drink bottles over there, the old famous glitter. You're going to glitter bomb, and you're going to do whatever lights you up. So when this is happening, you feel like you've lost your spark. You're feeling drained, or you can't actually remember the last time you felt fulfilled, joyful, happy, anything that's going on. And this was a couple of weeks ago. I spoke to a gentleman, and funnily enough, he actually rediscovered his creativity by dedicating 10 minutes daily to painting. Now, he's a high-powered businessman, but he loved to paint. Now, his business has nothing to do with painting, nothing to do, but he started to feel drained at work, and it's his business, and he started to feel drained. So now he actually does 10 minutes a day of painting. So his energy, his relationships, everything, his business around, everything just lifted because he was lit up. It's that simple. It's that simple. Keep it super simple. Kiss, kiss, kiss. So you're going to do something in my diary. I have glitter time, and I have that blocked out that nobody comes into that time. Now, if I have an urgent client, I will sometimes, I say no one's going to come in there. I sometimes put them in there, but it's like my glitter time is 4 hours in one particular day. And if I put someone in there, I've still got 3 hours of my glitter time, so that feels okay. But you're going to schedule that little spark or that glitter time or that joy or whatever you want to call it, like a meeting. And then you're going to honor that meeting. You're going to choose if something's going to go on or out, but don't close off that complete glitter time if that's all you've got that day. And it just allows you to think, you're going to follow that curiosity. It's going to allow you to think of that curiosity and just know that that's your soul's breadcrumb trail. Your soul's breadcrumb trail with that little bit of curiosity when you're doing things. Just puts a different light on your energy. And then you're also going to look at that the more you light yourself up, the more you illuminate others. The more you light yourself up, the more you illuminate others. And I know this is not just about others, but it's actually about you. But the more you do this, the more that ripple goes out there. It's just like a rotten piece of fruit. If you're that rotten piece of fruit and you get put into a fruit bowl of great healthy fruit, and what's going to happen? It's going to start infiltrating the fruit around. So when you think about that, make sure that you are that vibrant piece of fruit, and those around you are that vibrant. But the more you actually light yourself up, the more you're actually going to have that effect on others. The standard one I do. This one here is "You Are Not Alone." You are not alone. I think about that song as I go to sing it. Just know that Debz is here. I am here. So what happens is you can feel yourself isolated. or you even go isolated when you're in overwhelm, or you actually believe no one understands your pressure. No one understands it. It's a bit like that. So I talked to somebody recently and they said, oh, it's such a relief. He said, it's such a relief to know that someone's walked my road and this just before me and even just allows me to breathe. It's that. It's as simple as that. Just knowing someone's walked your road. Now, if I told you half my stories, you'd probably go, oh, I'll take my own stuff back. I get that. Just know that your connection actually dissolves your chaos. That connection dissolves your chaos. So the key here is to clearly reach out to me. You're going to reach out before you actually shut down. When you start to feel that wobble, it's already started. And if you can stop it, that's great. And if you can't, that's okay as well. But just jump on and reach out before you actually go into that roller coaster where you go right down in the dumps. And you're going to surround yourself with people who actually mirror your growth, not your doubt. It's really important to be part of that tribe of those people around. And you're going to let that support in. So when I think about that, you're actually going to let people actually help you. You don't have to do it alone. And know that your strength actually expands when you're witnessed. Your strength expands when you're witnessed. Don't wait for, as I said, that roller coaster. Don't wait for that roller coaster to go down. Get yourself on the way down, but also let me help you as you're on your way up that roller coaster, because there's far greater things that you can be doing in this world right now if you're open to it. Whew, I think I talked very, very, very quickly on that one. So I'm going to ask you these two things. You know what I'm going to ask you? Is, are you playing the game of life to the fullest? Now, you may say yes. Yeah, I am. Well, it's actually, that's a crock of shite, because there's actually somewhere else you can go. It's another level you can go. No matter where you are in your world, there's another level there. So let that support in and just think about this. So after listening today, I want you to know what's your highest priority action step. What's your highest priority action step you're going to do today? What's your highest priority action step you're going to do today to achieve your inspiration, which is your goal? Your inspiration is your goal. What is that highest priority action step you're going to do today to achieve your inspiration? And I'd love you to actually drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know what that is. Now, I can't see the chat right now, but as soon as I get off this, I will have a look at the chat. So that is my unlock your vision and clarity for action. If none of this made sense to you, if it did make sense, great. Let me know. Let me know if this landed for you. I'm here for you. It is super early in the morning here in Bangkok, and this evening I am off to India. So I'll see if I can see what the coverage is like next week, if I'm going to be doing another Facebook Live. But other than that, I will see you the following week. Thank you very much. This is Debz Cooper signing off to unlock your vision and have some clarity for action. Bye.